Ah, after the love is gone, used to be right is wrong. Scrams. What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome one, welcome all to the Jerk Manga Show, coming at you live. This is the Jerk Manga. This is the Jerk Manga, also known as L.A. Fernandez. What's up, y'all? Hey, I'm having an icy. This is Lindy's. I think it's called Lindy's. Lindy's homemade ice cream. Ices are great. You're gonna hear me sloshing and slurshing. Don't mind it. Listen. Anyway, what's up, kids? How's everybody doing today? I'm showing off my Cecil art, which is weird. I kind of was playing around with the new brush. So that's what I was goofing around with. I don't know if you guys saw it. This is my new. It's not a new brush. It's a new brush pen. Oh, that's not Mariano's. I don't have Mariano's. I don't know what that's at. And this is a Kuretake brush pen. It's got a nice red base, whatever. Sean Tillman, what's up, dog? How you doing, man? All right. So anyway, look. Oh, let me get the icy out. I want to talk. I want to draw a little bit. I just want to eat this icy and then talk. What do you guys want to talk about? What you eating? I'm eating a Lindy's icy, homemade icy. Lemon flavor, my favorite. James Hayes says, I thought you were just drawing a new monster for your book rather than Cecil. kind of looks like that, James. Kind of looks like that. I hear you. Oh, this hurts. Got to dig deep for the icy. Anyway, what else? What else we got? Sean Tillman says, nice. Brian Lee says, sounds refreshing, bro. You don't even know. It's so refreshing. I needed it too. I had a long day. Gosh, so much stuff. Still dealing with drama. But you know what? I'm going to tell you what. God is good. God is good. I went to visit my dad today. He's doing much, much better. He's still dealing with some stuff, but he's doing better. Let's see. Sean Tillman says, your Cecil is very abstract. Is it really? I guess so. Yeah, I can see that. Time to cool down. That's what I'm saying. Cool down stream. We're chilling, having ices. It's summertime in the Jerkmonger Studios. What's up, guys? Says Reza Kai. How you doing? All right. So I invited a few friends. Maybe they come, maybe they don't. Kind of want to think about some stuff with you guys. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow I am flying out to Chicago. And at Chicago, I will be preparing myself for C2E2. That's a very large comic convention, usually hosted up in Chicago at their convention center. Super stoked about that. Amen, Sean Tillman. God is good. God is good. You know, I want to thank all of you guys for being so faithful. The Windy City says, right, well, right on. I mean, I know that a lot of crazy stuff going on these days, and I want to be kind of clear with some of you guys. I'm kind of waiting for more guys to come up. James Hayes says, no paranormals. I'm working on it. I will have my computer down there. We'll see. I'll do my best, but I won't be able to do as much. You know, I won't have the calm, if you will, to do a proper exhibition, but we'll see. Let's see. Mr. Hellstorm says, you doing Louisville SuperCon? I don't think so. Not that I know of. I talked to my business partner, see what we got lined up. Brendan Pitt says, so much drama in the LBC, kind of hard being Snoop D-O-double-G. I love it. Charlie Murphy says, hey, everyone. What's up, Charlie? Tomb, what's up, my man? My man. Tomb, you already said you don't want to be a mod, right? I was going to say, I always love you so much. Thank you always for coming by. I'm having my icy, guys. I'm having an icy. So, you know, I kind of want to address a couple of things. that I think is important, and it may affect some of you guys, it may not affect some of you guys. I believe in you guys. I pass out too much to be a mod, right on. Christian Joe says, I saw some drama happen regarding Doug to Naples and CG, and I'm confused. Could you explain what exactly happened? Well, that's a great question. I'm still working on some of those details. I don't feel that I have a solid enough foundation of information to express it in a way that makes the most sense. I think I do, but I don't think that it's solid. So I will say this. There's a lot of misunderstandings going around. I'm going to share my position. I'm just going to give you my position. I'm not going to get into all the details of what happened because I just don't understand enough to really say this is solid. I want to talk to a couple of the people to give them an opportunity to explain it to me, and then we can kind of move on from there. But as far as I'm concerned, one of the things that I joined Comicsgate for was to focus on and create new concepts. Well, let me go back a little further than that. So maybe this will help you guys out too. When I joined Comicsgate, it was because I had experienced some of the extreme left challenges to guys like me who tend to lean. Anymore I'm probably more center right. You might call me center right. This is a cool down stream, guys. Leave that drama for another time. No, that's okay, Rod. Well, it's not about drama. I'm kind of sharing something from my heart, so I hope you guys understand. And one of the things that I thought about was just give me an opportunity to work with people that had like a common goal. On the one hand, I've been a creator. I've been a consumer for a long time. I've had a job in art jobs in various companies and different things. And other than those jobs, I've always been a consumer. I buy comics like everybody else buys comics. I love movies and stuff. Stuff without any crime, badass word. It's going from the because he is because he's always been accused doctor for his book. If you crime one until in fighting, everybody yet took over. That's pretty much it. But that's not really, I don't think that's it. I think that's oversimplifying it. There's some other things. The question is, what does anybody know? When did they know it? And everybody seems to be the captain. Sorry, Captain Rex. I just saw your name and it got me to thinking. Everybody wants to be the arbiter. Everybody wants to be the lawgiver. And everybody wants to be the judge and jury. And there's just not enough. There's no way we know each other that well, guys. You know, one of the things that I'm going to switch my camera around so you guys can see my face. I want you guys to see my face. Because I feel sometimes like this is a little disconnected. All right, so check it out. I got a fresh new fade. What? Got a new haircut. Getting ready for Chicago. So I have my own opinions. This is so good. And I don't want to share those because I don't want to taint anybody's or affect anyone's opinion about anything or what they think or what they want. I don't disagree, Brian Lee. A lot of that could have been handled in private. But I will tell you that a lot of what was said, even though it was hard to hear it, had merit. And so I definitely, and I know Doug much better than some people think they know him. That's one of the challenges about social media, right? We all talk like we know each other already. Do you know how many people you must cross at any given time? If you ever worked at a mall or a retail place, can you ever imagine that maybe at some point you may have sold something, you know, to someone that may have been someone you didn't know, might have been a criminal. You don't know. Maybe you cross someone at work and you find out later that that person was demented and did something crazy. I always find it interesting that we all want to say, oh, that person knew that person just because there was a focus. And so some people were connected to somebody else. How really connected? I'm not completely sure. I don't know those people very well, but I know Doug. He's my brother. And he has been very faithful and true to me. So while there are, I also don't believe, and if you guys remember, I've had opportunities to kind of engage in some conversations with some people that I think, you know, as a Christian, and let me make sure I say this. I hate that I have to do this up front. It sounds terrible. But I need you guys to hear what I'm saying. I want you to see my face as I'm saying it, because I don't want you to get anything wrong about what I'm trying to do here. I'm not the greatest Christian in the world, but I do love the Lord because I know he loves me. And so, and I know he loves me because he's forgiven me of some terrible things that I've done. So, I can only extend grace to other people because I've been extended grace. I can only extend mercy to people because I've received so much mercy. So there have been arguments I've been part of where I was trying to be merciful to people and I was accused of not being squared away or whatever. And well, you know, I get it. I get it. I get it that some of the people I run with, they're angry people. And Doug exhibited some of that this past week, but so have a lot of people I'm handling, I'm engaged with. So, and I like this because I can talk slow and you guys can hear me. I have extended invitation to a couple of people. Maybe I'm glad they're not here yet because I want to be able to say this. So because I don't know all of you, I'm getting to know you subtly through these chats. And I like to believe that as we continue to work together, I as a producer, you as a consumer, as we kind of enjoy and engage in this synergistic relationship, I fully expect that in time, some of us will get to know each other very well. So what am I trying to say? Because I'm kind of rambling a bit, I think. There are some people I've worked with that may have differing opinions from me, but I still need to be kind to them and extend kindness and grace to them. Did everybody act that way? I will say absolutely not. Over the last week of all the drama that's been going on. And I feel like that there have been some misunderstandings on both sides. But regardless of all of that, let's put all of that aside. Doug has been a friend of mine, a friend to me in ways that I couldn't have expected someone like him that you know, we've gotten to become friends over the last months, and he is a brother in Christ, and I've had an opportunity to speak into his life, and he's definitely has had opportunities to speak into my life. And that's why I decided I wanted to work with Doug. Is Doug perfect? No. And neither am I, and neither are any of you. But that's okay. That doesn't mean we can't still make beautiful things. That doesn't mean that we still can't make wonderful stuff. So while I am Comicsgate, I don't just support Comicsgate ideas and projects and concepts. I look for excellence. If there's a hint of someone doing something dumb, I don't want that. But if we're talking about excellence, if we're talking about goodness, if we're talking about beauty, then that's what I'm for. And that's what I want to encourage. That's what I want to push. Comicsgate as an idea and a philosophy is about building new ways for creators to create without having to be bogged down. That's just one aspect of it. As a producer, that's my job as a producer. And remember, I'm a producer and a consumer. Hey, Edwin, how are you? Would you like to join, Edwin? I'd be happy to invite you in, my friend. So where my head is at with all this is that I want to encourage opportunities for young artists. Now, I want to tell you guys something. Sometimes I'm not a big fan of tribalism. If you pay attention at all to people who talk, oh, Iconic Blade 666, thank you for the super chat. Here, this is for being the realist. Amen, brother. Thank you, man. I'm not that good, guys. I'm really not. I have my own faults. I've made tons of mistakes and terrible choices. Edwin, I'm going to go ahead and invite you anyway, even if you can't come in. I appreciate you so much. I just want to extend that invitation to you anyway. Critias might be coming in soon too, but anywho, I don't want to get too distracted here because I get dumb fast. I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is that as far as this channel is concerned, I want to promote some excellent stuff, and I expect to promote things of people who have character. I think that that's a lost conversation, a lost topic in our culture. I have deep affection for you and love promoting your work. Thank you, Edwin. I appreciate that. I really do. I think that's something that it's missing in this conversation. I think, and I'm going to tell you guys this, and I genuinely mean this with all of my heart. And I'm telling you this not because I'm perfect at it, because I have made the same mistakes. When we behave the way some of us have behaved, we are demonstrating that we don't have character. I believe that you can have character if you are part of Comicsgate or not. I don't believe there's an all or nothing mentality. The root of Comicsgate may be that the consumer revolt against the big corporations. And I think you guys wanted to change things from the ground up from Marvel and DC and bring order back to these companies where they've lost their way in chaos. I'm of the opinion that those companies don't need to affect me anymore. I, as a producer, now with the capacity to produce, I intend to create. And I intend to support other creators that have integrity and character. Comicsgate is not a party. Comicsgate is an idea. It's a principle. It's a philosophy. I became part of Comicsgate to support the idea that we can create great things together. I did not join Comicsgate to join yet another party. And I want to be part of people that have integrity, and I want to work with people that have character, right? So I've said that several times. I am excited about all the opportunities that we have before us, but I will tell you, not everyone in this group has character. For that matter, there are people who are confused about what we are, that have character, that we accuse of being SJW or whatever the slur we choose to use. I don't want to use those terms anymore. And so on Mike's channel, he doesn't want people cursing. I don't mind, guys, you curse on my channel, but on my channel, I want you guys to respect each other in my space. You don't have to do it anywhere else, but when we're hanging out, when we're hanging out together, we're going to respect each other, and I'm going to promote stuff that has content, consistent content that is above and beyond. And I will support content from creators that have character. And there may be artists that I might learn about that maybe today come across like they have character. You can't be mad if I say I thought artist X was great, and in a few months from now he's talking crazy stuff. I did the best that I could to understand with the limited resources. I'm not God. I'm not the CIA. I don't have a folder on all these people. Listen, guys, if you dig deep enough into my past, you'll see a lot of crazy stuff. So it doesn't really matter what the details are of what's happened this past week. What ultimately matters is, where are we going to go? Where are we going? I can't help people who are in this to just to fight. I can't help. I can't help you if that's what you want. But I promise you this: if you hang out with me, if you hang with me, and you see my face, and by the way, for all of you who are testing me, my commitment or not, this face goes to as many conventions as I can go to. This face. My name, I don't have a mask on. I don't wear a wig. I don't modify my voice. I don't use avatars except for advertising my stuff. This is exposed fully. This is the nerve of my teeth. This is the nerve of the root. I'm completely exposed. I haven't been doxxed. I haven't been swatted, thank God. But for those of you who have not, along with me, recognize how much more I put myself out there. But I'm willing to do that because I'm not afraid of them. And we certainly shouldn't be afraid of each other. So I'm not interested in all of this. I support Doug TenNapel. I don't just support Doug TenNapel. I love Doug TenNapel. I know that he's a man of honor, even if you don't think so, and that's okay. I'm not here to convince you. The question at the end of the day remains: do you believe me? And have I done what I'm supposed to do by you guys? And if I haven't, then you can walk away. I'm not holding you. I'm not keeping you here. You don't have to stay here with me. But understand, if you are going to stay with me, then let's give me the benefit of the doubt. If I haven't earned your trust, move on. I will not stop you. It's like I just said that. So I'm just saying it in a different way. But if you stay, I'm giving you guys this commitment that I'm going to work as hard as I can to produce the best product and content. One of the reasons why I haven't put out my project yet with Doug is because, frankly, it's not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. He's given me the script. We need to tweak it some, but I'm just not ready. So what I want to do is make sure it's squared away, so I'm not rushing this into everybody's face. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing more commissions, so I can try to pay for my time to work on this stuff. So I'm grateful to all of you who have been buying art from me in the art auctions. If those of you contact Andy to get commissions, I love that about you guys. I'm on board. I appreciate that you guys are on board with me. So the question at the end of the day, the question at the end of the day is well, what I'm saying is I'm doing that so that I'm not putting a wedge between us, myself, the creator, producer, and the consumer. So I get what it is to be a consumer, because I still am a consumer. I still buy stuff. I still care. I still care about all the comics, but I've learned to move on, because I know the future is in what we can do. I have been rejected by these companies for a variety of reasons. Some I know, some I don't know. Super chat from my friend Toom, $10. I'm here for good art, stories, and people. I'm here for you, even Doug's big mouth. Well, I appreciate that. And if you're not here for Doug's big mouth, then be here for me. And if you can't do that, I understand. And I'm not gonna antagonize you online. I'm at the point now I don't even want to use Twitter anymore because my life was fine until I got to Twitter. But listen, I do care about my customers. But I also care about my associates because they're the ones helping me create the stuff that you guys want. And I'm going to extend grace and mercy to those people because I've been given mercy and grace. And I'm going to get to the bottom of some of these details so I can be clear. And maybe you won't agree with me, but I promise you, I'm not going to let that get in between us as long as you're willing to walk with me. This is the same kind of message I've given to the guys on my Patreon, which I haven't always been so strong at providing them my little sketchbooks from time to time. But I hope that in the end of the day, whether they get a sketchbook or not, they know that they're supporting me as a creator. And that's the relationship I want to foster and nurture with all of you. It's not about all this other stuff. But I understand that it comes up and we can't just ignore these things. And so I'm not trying to ignore them, but I need to, for my own sanity, put this back into focus and make sure that we are accomplishing what we set out to accomplish together. Are we or are we not a team? And at the end of the day, that is what matters. Can we move into the next dimension of creating great content and entertainment, even stories that might even inspire another generation into truth and goodness and kindness and mercy and love? You don't even have to be a Christian to be about those things, guys. But that is what my job is for here on this planet. I'm a Christian. My work may have a subtext. I'm not trying to push it on anybody because that's not what I believe. And if you think that way too, then walk with me. Walk with me. And if you can't trust me because you are completely distrusting about the whole thing, I understand. I don't want you to do anything else with me anymore. But that's where I am right now. Hey, Critias, I'm just talking to my crowd. Give me a second. That's where I am. And I frankly, I don't want to beat this dead horse anymore because I called this thing a cool down stream because this is a cool down because this is part of been my world for the last week. And I want to get back to creating and loving and growing as an artist, as a creator, as a producer. And I think that we can do it. And so, as I said earlier, if I find the project, I'm going to make sure that it's a great project and that the people that are creating it have integrity. And I look forward to having more of these type of opportunities where we can examine these things and further. But we all need to calm down in how we respond to these things because it's not really working that well the way we're handling it. Charlie Murphy for $2 says, "Keep up the good work, bro. Thanks for being legit. I'm doing the best that I can." And I think you guys are too. I really think that some of you guys who are passionate, but I'm going to challenge you guys because some of you guys are come across as passionate, but are not really being passionate. You are part of the same mob mentality. And I'm going to tell you this for sure. We cannot behave like the rest of the people that we've been trying to attack, or we've been defending ourselves. That's the thing. We've been defending ourselves against these other people for all the reasons that we are now doing to other people. We cannot be a mob. We have to be measured, period. If we're going to be successful, if you don't want to be successful and you just want to be part of the argument and the fighting, then please move on. I understand. I can't stop you. But if you want to be part of something bigger and better, we got to start learning how to talk, converse, exchange ideas, give each other the benefit of the doubt. Now, there are people who have betrayed some of us. We need to work on that. But right now, there's no way any organization or any company can protect all of us at 100% of the time. I every day give my information to a young kid, a young clerk at any given store buying anything. Who knows they take my stuff and my information. I'm not protected either, unless you have LifeLock or something like that. So you're taking the gamble. If you don't want to do this, definitely don't do this because you're trying to support a personality. Don't do this if you're trying to don't do this if you're trying to don't do this out of spite for someone else. I don't care if Infamous says this or SJW Peter Parker says that or whoever. It don't matter to me. You know, don't do this to make to spite them because you're not doing us any favors as creators. I've told you guys in the chat and in other streams before, if Nasser needs you guys to be clear with him so he can make better books. If you don't like his book, don't back it. If you don't like his writing, don't buy it. The only way the market will work is when it's free, when it's a free market, when we can all test out our product. And if you guys don't support it, then guess what, man? I won't make it. I don't want to waste my time making stuff that you don't want to buy. And I'm hoping that we'll find the thing that we can all compromise on. And maybe it will be the next Spider-Man. I don't know. But until then, we've got to be patient with each other if we're going to say that we're part of a movement where we're trying to grow and become things. Now, not everybody agrees with me. I get it. And I'm not speaking for everyone, by the way. Not everybody in my quote-unquote camp thinks like I think. And that's all right. Because I didn't join this group to become another clone or another monkey for the show. That's not who I am. I'm slowly but surely building up this channel. Some of you like what I say. Some of you don't like what I say. I get it. Hopefully, I'm providing you guys with great content. And as we move on, you guys will continue to have great content. That is my commitment. I've spent plenty of hours away from my family here on YouTube with all of you. With that as my commitment. So I'm not playing games. Comic book Bob says, it's like you're in my head, bro, for $2. Exactly this. Well, thank you. So, so let's start over. Let's not be tribal. Tribalism is what's causing our trouble today. It's what's causing the trouble in politics. It's the reason why people can't talk and we can't have real conversation with anyone because we are saying things to each other that no one's listening because it's all about I'm good, you're bad, I'm not going to talk to you, and we're doing it to each other. If that's how you want to do it, then I'm just saying there's a very limited way that's going to actually work out. So it's up to you guys. As for me and the Jerk House, the Jerkmonger Studios, we're here to create good stuff. As Andy calls it, cool, fun stuff. I'm going to start using that hashtag, cool, fun stuff. That's what I want to do. I'm not interested in promoting a party. That's not helpful. That's not healthy for me. I pulled away from politics. I became a libertarian because I was tired of all the mess. And I want to get away from that and become just independent because I don't always line up with everybody anymore. I've changed a lot of my views and I want to stay nimble and I want to keep listening to the truth, not just to a party line. Don't support a party line with this. This will only have a limited scope if we are only supporting a party line. But if you support excellence, truth, and goodness, if you support beauty, then you'll get back what you guys missed from the 90s and the 80s and the 70s back to when I was collecting comics. Those are my comics. Those are my days. Those are the ones that got me into all of this. So, you know, Godspeed, guys. I'm with you guys if you guys are with me. That's my comment. That's my statement. I hope that you guys will continue to linger with me. Maybe I'll lose some of you guys because you're that angry. I understand. Then you know what? If you're that angry, and if I have not proven myself enough to you, then you were never my customer. You were here for something else, and that's okay. I understand. I'm going to read some of these chats real quick. Critias, how you doing, brother? Oh, you got yourself muted. I'm going to just read some of these comments. I'm still enjoying my icy. Lindy's icy. I'm going to also focus. I'm going to switch my artwork here. so you guys can look at the better art, because poor Cecil didn't quite look so great. I'll switch my camera back.
I was waiting for your sexy voice to finish.
Ooh, yeah, my sexy voice. Do you see my fresh haircut? See my line?
Yeah, no, you're looking fly, man.
Right. People tell me
don't tell your wife.
They tell me I need some Rogaine, but I don't care. Hold on, let me switch my camera back so they can see my art. This looks better than my face.
Yes, I've been working on that piece you got in front of you for a while, and I gave it to you so you can ink it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this does not get inked. That doesn't get inked, bro. All right, so I'm going to read some of these comments. And again, I welcome if we don't agree, it's okay. I welcome it, but I'm not going to react to some of these comments, and I'm just going to be as truthful and honest with you guys as possible. And I want to give you guys a chance to sound off and express yourself here. And hopefully it's in a constructive way. If not, so be it. Let me start with here. Just some drama. Hello, Elliot. Hello, everyone. From Simon Sim Partier. Jay Posterior says, keep pushing the feathers and polka dots. Thank you very much. Mr. Hellstorm, Sean Tillman. I'm in East Tennessee. Okay, I'm not going to dox anybody here. Sean Tillman. Okay, cool. Bravo says, this is cool downstream, guys. Let's do the drama for another time. Save the drama for your mama, he said. James Hayes says, Doug flipped out, blah, 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 blah. We got that already. Captain Rex, in the general terms, wasn't it an alcohol-related incident with Doug? It was not. Was not. Brian Lee, I believe it could be handled better, but that's just me, person to person in private. I agree. Sean Tillman, I don't know none of y'all. I don't know none of y'all. Rodwell Stevens says, looking fresh, Elliot. Icon Blood 666. By the way, I'm a little intimidated by that title, just so you know.
It's okay, man. 666 is the number of man.
It is. And the beast. Time to refocus that energy. Word. Brian Lee says, Doug is a character. He is quite a character. James Hayes says, we see you on video every day and think we are close or not, or know you more than we really do. Nature of the tube. That's true. That's true. And that's okay. But also understand that there's a lot you don't know, and we shouldn't assume the worst just because we saw a couple of things. That's the problem, is everybody starts thinking that they know everything about me and everything I think about. I've seen firsthand the twisted messages from people just because they assumed something. And you know what happens when you assume. Rezekiah James Hayes says, pretty much, but there's probably more too. I don't think Doug knew about crypto, or even if Brad did. Indicron did, so it got convoluted. Quickest is how I assume it went down. Probably. But some of that doesn't matter though, right? If one person didn't know what the other person was thinking. Again, let's just give each other the benefit of the doubt. There were 2 live streams. If people wouldn't sit back and read the chat, there was a certain person in those chats was doing something. I back Doug 100%, perhaps. James Hayes says, I got about 200 word limit. I simplified events as necessary. That's okay. Don't worry about that, James. I appreciate you, brother. Tomb says, Jerkmonger, you know, I would love to be a mod for you, but my health issues have caused me to develop something like narcolepsy. A positive I have learned, my skull is pretty thick. That's what happened to my dad. He passed out, and that's a long story. John Wood Production says, Doug claimed to be he was sober. He went to bat for Brad Handyman. In that process, he called out Indicron as bad guys, SRW and gatekeepers. I personally like Doug, but it sounded like smears. Perhaps. And he's even admitted as much. So again, I'm not gonna sit here and start, and demonize someone when I've been forgiven. I'm gonna forgive because I have been forgiven. It's up to you guys. That's my faith. I am commanded by my king to do that. So wear your glasses, Elliot. I don't wear glasses, and I don't need them to see the screen. I just need them for things up close. Although I think that's probably changing, though, diabetes and all. Riley says, I watch Gary Shipman for his drama-free streams. Yeah, but sometimes he's just very tired. Poor Gary Shipman. I can barely hear him sometimes. Rezekiah, John Wood Productions. I agree. I don't really hate Doug. I just assume he didn't know about who Brad was working with, and since the CG community does, it's quickly became Indicron versus Doug. But the way I understand it is, the exchange, the engagement he had was limited. This is the kind of stuff I'm wanting to learn more about. I need to figure it out. We'll move on from there. James Hayes, huh?
No, I think what with Doug, he got over emotional. Like his emotions got carried away with him.
Yeah, we talked about that, and that happens. And tell me, Critias, that people haven't gotten emotional on every one of these streams since last summer, since we joined Comicsgate.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying earlier too. In my post that I put on Twitter, I was like, there's been times in my personal life where I acted on impulse, you know what I mean, and regret because I was in the wrong, and I did things like get into physical fights with people I should have never fought instead of getting down to the bottom of it, you know.
No, I'm still eating my icy.
Okay.
You and I come from New York.
Yeah.
And one of the things I learned in New York, you either fight or you die. And one of the things I learned is if you don't want to fight, you sit back and you watch.
Yeah.
The smart ones watch. That's what I try to do.
Yep.
Whenever I've not been smart, I was not watching. I was too busy, like you said, working on impulse. I'm too old for that nonsense.
Right.
I am too old for that. James Hayes says, in fairness, an EVS stream is getting ready to start, and many potential guests are likely lined up for his show. Said sad, but okay.
Yeah, I sent you a link. You wanted to go join it because he's discussing the whole Indie Crown thing and Doug and all that stuff.
Well, this was for me to talk about my position, so I made it clear, and now people can refer to this down the road. You know, I want to make sure people hear from me, but I want to give people an opportunity here. John Wood Productions, some apologies were due to each party, and none were given that I know except Pixel of Indicron and Doug made some amends. Elliot is right; both sides made mistakes. Mortal V says Brad put out a statement saying he didn't know about crypto. That's right. But again, we either take that for face value or we don't. That's up to us. Brady 288-2. I like the Batman shirt. Thank you. Evan Boyette says aloha. John Wood Productions says Rezakai 100%. Thumbs up. Mortal V says, is Elliot Kadabra from Pokemon? Because he has his spoon out. J Pod Studio says some creators took a financial hit unnecessarily for their sake. I hope lessons were learned. Edwin Boyette says, you have a great heart, Elliot. Well, thank you, Edwin. I really appreciate you. DJ Kong, there's nothing that can be talked out. That can't be talked out. I was upset, but Doug's all good in my book now. Thank you, DJ Kong. I really appreciate that. Rezakai Mortal V, that's good then. We can move past it as a mistake, which as a movement CG is going to make a ton of mistakes. I totally agree. Let's see. Blah. John Wood Productions. Aloha, Edwin. But yet you stand in the gap consistently. Art of Reed. Wait, aren't we supposed to be about freedom from restraint? It's true. Well, are we really though? I don't know about that. In a way, I don't want to be flying off the handle all the time. That's just not my style. If that's what you want to do, practice no restraint. But as a person of peace, I must practice restraint. Yeah. As a Christian, I'm supposed to guard my tongue and make sure I don't say things. A fool speaks, a wise man listens. James Hayes says, when you think about what led to Comicsgate, you can't hold it against the customer base for not wanting to do business with the people that attack them. Not wanting. It is what it is. Fair enough, James. I'm with you, but you know what? I don't think that the attacks that we're talking about are the same. These are very different. These were like straight up in people's faces. So I'm not sure those are exactly the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Edwin Boyette says, I'm trying to nap, but I wanted to know how I have deep affection for I want you to know I have deep affection for you and love promoting your work. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Brian Hawkins says, hi, Elliot. Rezakai says, James Hayes, civil conversation is a lost art nowadays. It is. John Wood Productions, Critias and Dr. Wright had a good dialogue tonight on a Twitter thread. Props to Chris. Stand up, guy. See, Craig, you did good. Krista, Joe, I think the tendency in this current culture is to judge before taking a breath and assess the situation. I totally agree with that. Andrew Taz says, love you, Edwin. Great show on Ethan's stream earlier. Brian Lee, we the fans will speak with our wallets, which is why I love Comicsgate. Okay, we can see the work and passion as you do it. Thank you, Brian. That's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I expect. As a consumer, as a businessman, that's what I know that's what I need. Trust me. I know where we're at. James Hayes says, or Rezakai says, James Hayes, crap didn't mean to you at you, LOL. James Hayes says, Rezakai, it's all right, man. See, everybody's all loving each other. Comic Book Bob says, I'm reading this book right now, Tribe, on homecoming and belonging. It's very illuminating, and I want CG to be a harmonious movement. We're going to make mistakes, but forgiveness has to be possible. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, Comic Book Bob. Mortal V, Crid's a great guy. See, Crid, they love you. Everybody. Comic Book Bob, we can hold to our anger, and we can try to turn these moments into a learning moment and try to build harmony. Indeed. Hey, brother, looks like I'm catching you at the end. No, Force One, I'm about to end soon, probably. Rad Sock, Chad, did D&Q go badly tonight? I left early, but it was brewing. No, went good. Rad Sock, I was pretty well, actually, went pretty well, actually. Lots of laughs and fun from Rezakai. Edwin Boyes says, absolutely. I don't need to tear anyone down to foster the things I hope to see manifest. Mortal V says, Razdock near as I know, it went fine, but I missed the 80 minutes of it. Moto V says it. Captain Rex says D&Q is pretty good. Okay, Razdog, I'm reading. I'm trying to do my best, bro. I'm trying to do my best. There was a reaction to it, so we're not partying now. Yeah, we're partying. We're partying. Edwin says, I'm not interested in talking about Marvel or DC anymore. It's largely irrelevant for the most part. I totally agree, Edwin. I totally agree. Mortal V, I came on here a bit late and looks like this is a serious discussion. Yeah, kind of. John Wood Productions, I agree the slur mentality has to cease within reason. I do. I agree with that. And I'm not saying you can't have issues and you can talk how you want to talk. I'm just saying that there are consequences. We're going to learn about those as we move along. And if we can control ourselves, we'd have less of those issues. I'd rather deal with solutions than just try to always wander and meander in a bunch of problems. Razdoc says, I've got a side, but I don't want Elliot hurt by this. That's okay, Razdoc. You can't hurt me because I know where I stand. All right, so there you go. You can say what you want to say. Iconic Blood 666 says, okay, Wrenches, you have your orders. Brian Hawkins says, Razdoc D&Q went good. John Wood Productions, I am fully on board with building this rather than tearing down old stuff we don't have anything to do with. Yep. James Hess says, well, Edwin is chief at Indicron. Doug is keeping a low stream profile. Where are we going? Same old road, just new bumps. Oh, that's interesting. Icon Blood 666. I'm here for the long haul. Ooh, someone sounds like they've been reading my posts. Krista Joe, do you think some of the drama happening lately is because people are still in defense mode because of doxing and financial hardships and swatting happening going on? Probably. Although a lot of people that have argued that haven't been doxed or swatted. Isn't that ironic?
Right.
This is a very localized thing. If it was widespread, I'd be like, oh my gosh, the apocalypse is coming, but it hasn't happened quite yet.
Right.
By the way, this ain't the number of the beast yet. Zaid Comics, hey brother. Rezekai James has, yeah, I mean, this kind of drama hits about every 4 months, as I've seen. It'll be over in a week or so, like the previous ones. And the Art of Reed says, the fists up. Brennan Pitt says, I am also not in the CIA, my fellow ordinary citizen. Thank you, Brennan. Comic Book Bob says, for the Christian friends, but know ye also put off all these anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filth, communication out of your mouth. Be good to each other and have patience with each other. Thank you for that, Comic Book Bob. That was very well put. John Wood Productions, that is honorable. However, this message needs to be heard by others who are paranoid regarding those attackers and fears. Probably. James Hess says, no, Krista Joe, Comicsgate originated as we know it now as a customer revolt. It's a barbarian horde loosely united by an ideal. There will always be tribal infighting and drama. It is what it is. Yeah, see, James, you're just, then you, okay. Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed. Moto V, as long as you don't do what Ben and Mike did by accident, this could make a good stream to link to people on Twitter once it's done. Mike and Ben, what did they do? Did I do something wrong? I'm not sure. Rotwell says, I'm looking forward to you and Doug's book. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Falling to Destiny. Doug's actions have hurt me. I love the man, but I wish he would apologize for his outburst. Well, you know, Falling to Destiny, sometimes you have to forgive people before all that and just listen. But if you're only expecting an apology, then it is what it is. Comic Book Bob, Krista Joe. And by the way, I don't think he meant anything to offend you personally. So just listen to him. See what you hear. Krista Joe, I think that's part of it. Fear can make people quick to lash out, and Doug has been dealing with that for a long time. He went over the top. I think we need to take a breath. I think so too. Krista Joe, yeah, Twitter is crazy. I agree. Brennan Pitts says Twitter is a hell machine. Oh my gosh. You guys are preaching to the choir here. Brian Lee, Twitter is a cesspool, honestly. Rezekai, Twitter is a cesspool, man. Sean Tillman says, I'm here for you, bro. Thank you, Sean. Rezekai says, Jinx. And this is fun. What's funny is that everyone's like, Twitter's a cesspool, and we're all still on it. Right?
I see the same thing, like, I hate Twitter. And then next thing I'm like, oh,
God, I hate Twitter. I hate it. I hate it. I need to get off Twitter. It's becoming an addiction, says Comic Book Bob. Brian Lee says, got jinked, whatever that means. Iconic Blood says, Comicsgate got me to draw, man. A draw again. I knew that Bullseye Cecil time. Oh, by the way, that was a nice Bullseye Cecil. Good job. Anhun Losfen, Jerkmonger. I follow most Gators for their art and personality. Macho man. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. John Wood Productions, Fallen to Destiny. Agree. The weight needs to be lifted, but those men who haven't done so must do it themselves. God willing, it's on them to make the effort. Word. Tomb says Iconic Blood, nice. Mortal V says Iconic Blood, that was dope art. James Hayes says, Elliot, we are not going to turn on you for disagreements. Doug hurt himself by attacking the audience at large in angry outbursts. Second time he has done this on a large scale. Well, again, then you don't have to, it is what it is, I guess. Thanks, Iconic Blood says. Engine Lozfen, no, you don't have to be religious to have morals indeed. Well, thank you for that. Rezakai says, Iconic Blood, that was you. Nice. The Art of Reed says, I just want good content. Word. Mortal V says, Critias stealing the screen. Brendan Pitts, I only use Twitter for a couple of group chats these days. The public feed is literally cancer. AIDS. Wow. Woo. He dropped the A-bomb. Krista Joe, eat more of that icy treat before it melts, Elliot. It's already too late. It's like that was a little drink. All right, Critias is here. Gotta go. Says Sean Tillman. Fallen to Destiny. Yes, God bless. John Wood Productions. Sean Tillman, LOL. Res Doc says, your late streams have been the best because this drama has been away from them. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys find a home. That's what I really want, man. I want us to have a good time and chill. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And I'm not trying to just be passive about it. I'm genuinely interested in us having the best version of what we want, not everything else. Morals, respect, and I think, Brian Lee says, a little more professionalism will do wonders in this space. I agree. Comic Book Bob, Jerkmonger, I need you to do more art streams. I need to glean from your talent, bro. Well, we could work on that. Tomb, Jerkmonger, this is where it cools down, and you say, Tomb, I am not going to make you bid on Colossus. Here's my friend. Here, my friend, a present. That's
a good one.
Oh, Tomb, you sly devil. John Wood Productions says 100% with you, Elliot. Respect. It isn't an emergency. Patience is a virtue for everyone. Very good, John Wood. I appreciate that. Krista Joe agreed 100%. Rodwell Stevens says exactly. Iconic Blood says you're right. Rezakai says betrayal. What did Nasser do? He did nothing. That's my friend, and I'm supporting my friend Nasser as well. Rezakai, LOL, I'm just playing. Brendan Pitt says it's really hard to fight against really horrific people without adopting some pretty nasty tendencies yourself. It's a constant challenge. That's a great point, Brendan. I acknowledge that. That is true, and that's why we got to be careful that we're not becoming who like you said earlier in your thread, Critias. We're becoming the monsters we've been hunting.
Right.
Art of Reed says truth. Mortal V says I doubt anyone would ever stop buying. But it's for some reason they did. I'd still like you to be here, Elliot. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be here because I'm a YouTuber now too. Another label. Anhun Lozfen says libertarians unite. Aaron Alfecci, what's up, man? Oh, I just missed his thing. He just popped. You know when you try to scroll up and it just goes bink.
Yeah. Says left a bad taste.
I left a bad taste in my mouth when Doug came out swinging and guilt tripping and calling people cowards for MOT being as mad,
not being as
mad and righteous as him. Oh well, Aaron, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I can't help you there. Tomb says, I need to confess, I cheated on you. I bought a commission from Mark Pennington. Oh, that's awesome, though. Andy, he just messaged me to say he posted it. Forgive me. That's my man. That's part of my team. He's on my team. Don't worry about that. I support him too. The guys from the Lab Comics were like NASCAR drivers. We try to make each other win. Anhun Luzfen says, Team Macho. Ooh, I like that. Brian Lee says, Macho Man, can you dig it? Ooh, yeah, I can dig it. Fine, says Rezakai. I'll say it. Malin Cecil was better, but you fade cut is nice. Add some darking bees to the shadow on the Wolverine and Hulk. Darking bees.
On the pencils.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm not touching that thing no more. You crazy? I'm done with that nonsense. Rodwell Stevens says bulge monsters. Sorry, bulge monger. Yep. An Jun Luzfen, take the drama to your mama. That's what I said. And Hun Luzfen says 999. Oh, he switched the 666 on you. Mr. Hellstorm 74. I'm thinking about hot wings. Word. That sounds great. Would it be weird, says Zay Comics, if I greeted you in my Macho Man voice this weekend at C2E2? Dog, do it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Fall into Destiny. Doug has a temper tantrum like you've never seen, though. Okay. Okay. That's crazy. Again, I'm not gonna put a limit on someone that is everyone's entitled to their thing, man. That's just how it goes. I not everybody's as, and trust me, I was on the phone with Critias earlier yelling, right, Crit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I get mad too.
He was like, Critias, fix this now. I was
but
like, no, Mark, wait, Elliot.
I'm just trying to do a better job when I'm on here. It's okay. I'm aware of it, and maybe he lost track of that. That's fine. That happens. That's called human. Gosh. Sean Tillman says, oh my gosh, this is being hashed out EVS channel right now too. Oh, there you go. Well, in Doug's defense, he's a 60-year-old girl in an old man's body. That's funny. Iconic Blood says, Bushwick, Brooklyn 90s here on all right on. Brian Hawkins, the infighting gets old. Some people seem to look for Boogeyman to be mad at an attack. Everyone does have to get along, but the fighting doesn't help either. None of us are perfect. That's rare. Hikaru says, Jerk Nick, Manga Mafia, Battle of the Bulge. Indeed. Rodwell Stevens says, Critias, are you drawing something? And if so, what? Critias says, oh, Critias, now you're answering people. Yeah. Force One Studios, this sucks between the late arrival and the buffering. I miss so much. I'm totally lost. Don't worry, you're fine, Force One. Just keep on creating. Rodwell Stevens says, Scorn Comic, you're improving so fast. You're an encouragement. I need to draw more. And then, of course, you're giving him some love. Culture Shock says, love your work, you jerk. Thank you, Culture Shock. Hikaru says, what is Elliot reading? The chat? Yes. Mortal V says, Ben accidentally doxed himself on Cecil's stream, and Mike accidentally doxed someone when screen sharing on. Oh, no. We don't do that here. Rodwell. Okay. Sean Tillman, Jerk Monk, I got you on an EVS on the same time. LOL, y'all both keep taking over each other. Talking over each other. And finally, Hikaru says, not the first time Doug crossed the line, won't be the last. Shrugs, that's Doug for you. That's called family, kids. And with that, I thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm assuming Critias wants to hang out with over on Ethan's channel. I'm gonna let him do that.
What are you trying to say?
Bless you guys.
Say I don't want to appreciate you? What are you saying here?
I'm saying that you love me. You came and hung out with me the whole time, but it's getting late.
But we're brothers, man.
We're brothers. Brothers are we.
Oh.
Those friends says, don't mind being angry drunk. But I don't think he's bad by nature. Doug might be an angry drunk, but I don't. And he wasn't drunk that night. That's what's crazy. I go figure. He's not bad by nature. He isn't. I can vouch for him. If that's not good enough for you, I get it.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
All right, man. We got a boogie. I love you guys. Be good. Be safe. Godspeed.
Everyone. Good night.
Later. It's true.